Hello, my friends. This is Dr. Ginny Baro, and welcome to Start the Day with Ginny. I want to continue sharing with you the insights from the masterclass I hosted in November. There were over 200 attendees on day one. There were about 100 attendees on day two, and it went down to about, I want to say, in the 70s by day three. People's schedules get in the way, commitments that they already had. And the outcome of the masterclass was that so many of the women who attended and the leaders who were there walked away with more clarity, with a new mindset that is growth oriented and that will support them in achieving their goals to advance and grow in their careers. And they walked away with a roadmap, with a plan of action, and with resources that they could leverage to continue to grow. I already shared with you the first two insights. The first one was, and this is all around betting on yourself, some of the ways in which they described you can bet on yourself, just to bring you up to speed. If you haven't watched the previous two videos, I would recommend you go back and you listen, because they are that important as it relates to gaining all the knowledge and all the wisdom that they share with us. So we talked about investing in yourself as one way to bet on yourself. We talked about showing up for yourself. And today we're going to talk about believing in yourself. What can I say about believing in yourself? Have you ever experienced someone saying to you something about you where they believe in you, they see you in a certain way, and you really don't see yourself that way? In those cases, we borrow their belief in us. In other instances, you have already experienced where you've been through a tough situation and you've been resilient throughout. You were able to go through that period of high demand and land on your feet somehow. And you sometimes look back and say, how did I even do that? How was I able to do all those things at once? What comes to mind for me is when I was raising my young child, Kyle, and how I was commuting almost 4 hours a day. I was getting to work by 7, leaving work by 4, getting home, taking care of Kyle, taking care of his meal, giving him a bath, reading to him, putting him to bed, and then going back to the office to catch up with work, and then going into my schoolwork for doing my graduate studies, getting my PhD. And now I look back and I say, how was I able to do that? I just cannot believe that that was the life that I was living for so many years. And how was I able to endure that? So when I look back at experiences like that, where I was so resilient, it hones and anchors my belief in myself and in my abilities and in my village, the people who support me, my support network, my allies, my family, my friends and mentors and teachers who have come to the rescue when I've needed them. And people close to me, my inner circle, people who knew what I was going through and who pitched in, including my team. My team was always part of my inner circle, and so was my manager. And so for you, what does it mean to believe in yourself? What does it mean to bet on yourself by believing in yourself? Think about those experiences when you've gone through periods of high demand. Think about those situations where you've endured something, an illness, a family member being sick, a situation where you might have lost your job, a situation where you had a difficult time with your manager or a team member at work or a colleague. Notice how you went and got through that. And if you didn't do it gracefully, you learned from the experience. And if you did go through it gracefully, you came out on the other side even better than how you started. Those are the experiences that help us increase our belief in ourselves. So I will want to invite you to begin to think about, how am I believing in myself today? How do my actions, my words, my thoughts reflect that I believe in myself? And that is going to help you bet on yourself, which will help you create the life and the career that you truly desire. And the only person who's getting in the way of you living your true value and worth is, with love and compassion, you. And I say that from experience. The only person getting in my way was me. And it took my mentor and coach, Fabian Fredrickson, to help me uncover that, to help me see that clearly. And of course, many other teachers and mentors that I've had who contributed their own piece to the equation as to how come I wasn't betting on myself, I'm believing on myself. And I'm here as your coach during this period right now, in this moment, to remind you that believing in yourself is the only pathway to living your true potential. And if you don't believe you have that potential and you don't believe in your abilities, what is the reason why someone else will? There are times when we are lucky and we find mentors who say, Ginny, I would like for you to do that. I believe in you. I trust in you, and I know you can do it. And if you are courageous enough, you may say, okay, I am going to go for it. And many times fear and disbelief in our abilities keeps us from taking that leap and taking action. So begin to think about how what you think, what you say, and what you do reflects that you believe in yourself. And if you find evidence to the contrary, that you're not thinking, saying, and acting in ways that reflect your belief in yourself, that you choose to do what you feel will help you advance and grow. And most likely it will be to shift from where you are now to where you want to be. And that is to have an open mind that you can accomplish whatever you set your mind to within your boundaries, within your limitations, within your capacity. And that's all that we're asking, that you at the end of the day feel that you gave it your best shot and you didn't hold back and you didn't stop from betting on yourself because you knew you had more potential. And as long as we're making progress as humans, we feel fulfilled. If you're not feeling fulfilled, it probably means you're in a place where you're not growing, you're not learning, you're not advancing. Not necessarily in your role, but you're not advancing in your mind. You're not evolving. You're not becoming a new version of yourself every single day. And all that requires is self-awareness, step one. Number two is, if you don't know what to do next, to seek support. And if you find the support, to then take action. You can find the support. You may find someone that you can speak with and coach with, and they will cuddle you and they will basically humor you and not help you get into action. Action leads to results. And if you don't see the results you want, ask yourself, what actions am I taking to see those results? And if you have a compelling vision of the life you want to create and you don't see anything moving in that direction, it probably means that you're not taking action steps toward moving in that direction. And what you have is a dream, not a goal. And I say that with love and compassion. So if you have this grand vision of your life and career, let's reverse engineer it. Let's think about, what do I need to do to get to that end? And let's figure out what steps I need to take to accomplish that milestone or that result that you are looking for. And it's easy to do. If you don't have the steps, we can sit down and go through what's most important, what would be the first step, the second, the third, and the fourth. If you have an idea and maybe you have too many ideas and you don't know which one to follow and which one you should trust, we can talk about that, and I can help you dig deeper into how to identify the idea that's going to truly bring you the most reward and that's going to move the needle in your career. And so if that's beneficial to you, we can always connect at callwithginny.com. I look forward to sharing the rest of the golden nuggets and insights from my masterclass in November. And if you want to connect, you know how. Live with purpose, live with joy.